Oh, I like that. It asked me to okay.
All right, so hey guys, we're on air, and so Daniel, so the
How's it going?
girl, so the girl moved back to California. So then what happened from there?
Okay, so let me try to like because I mean there was a lot of stuff before that too. Um,
Just want to
so
do a recap.
pretty much like pretty much you know the this girl that I met in Key West. Um, she it was kind of fate that I met her. Um, she was having layover after layover, trying to get to Hawaii, and she ended up just like her parents. Well, she lived with her parents, and her parents were flying, and they came to Key West instead. And I
Hmm.
met her, and like I don't know what it was, but like we had this connection that was like we still have today, even though that we're not together. Um, we She went back to California. Obviously, I stayed in Key West, and and then we were talking, writing letters. This was like before we had like instant messaging and stuff like that. This was like
Hmm.
right when the internet was coming out, and I'm sure there were platforms, but we didn't know about it. I mean, we just wrote each other handwritten letters and talked
Yeah.
on the phone every now and then, you know. And but it was just it was just so cool, you know, to kind of like just grow up in that kind of that era, you know, and to really get to know somebody like that. And um, I was I was trying to think like where I was going with this story, and I was telling you a little bit before we started recording, right? Do you remember any other thing that I was trying to say? It was I think that I was getting onto my like my daughters or man, I can't remember where I was going because I
Oh,
was
I know. I remember you were talking about how you had a good bit of sobriety before. How before me and you met, you had like 12 years of good sobriety.
okay,
Talk about that a little.
right.
Before you talk about that, I just want to welcome everybody. This is the Rough Roads podcast.
Rough roads,
This
rough
is all
roads.
new. Big things by nine. We've retired that and we started this. This is much bigger and better.
Yep.
My name is Keith. This is my buddy Daniel here. We're co-hosts. Our buddy Cody is going to be joining us here shortly, hopefully.
You will hopefully.
Um, you can check us out on Twitter at rough_roads, or you can also find us on our YouTube page, which you can go on. You can actually go
Sorry,
if
I'm
you
gonna
go
get
on
some
our
better lighting in here too.
yeah,
You keep
yeah.
going. Sorry, that's good. I
If you
like that.
go on our Twitter page, just right the first button you see is stream live. That'll take you right to our YouTube videos. So we'll also be. You can also find us on Spotify, all of our audio files too. So yeah, that's that. We're happy to be here, and we're happy to have you with us. So
Yes, very happy. Thank you.
yeah. So once Daniel sits back down, we'll hear about his what 12 years
Sorry,
was
I'm
it
just
we
trying
met?
to get. This is my
Yeah.
first time ever being doing anything like this. So I just want to make sure that anybody can see me and have the right lighting. So, but yeah, with um, with my first time, you know, being sober. I mean, I was 19. Okay, when I first went to drug court
Oh,
uh,
really?
in Florida.
What? Wow, 19.
Yeah. So I was 19 years old. Um, and I might have even just been turning 19. Because I remember it took me about a year and a half, and I graduated when I was 20. Um, and I did not make it to my graduation. Um, and that's only because my father passed away up more in like it's called Plant City, but it's like nobody knows what Plant City is, so it's like Tampa. So Tampa,
Okay. Yeah.
Ybor, Orlando, like just like mid Florida. So my dad had passed away, so I had the right to leave without going to graduation and still received my certificates and everything like that, with honors.
Oh,
And I
nice.
was clean. I think this is where our story was going, and I was clean for 6 years. Um, and me and Raylene, the girl I was talking about, that the magical setting that set in my mind as a little kid, as
Yeah.
a young kid, like, oh wow, this is like meant to be, and it was for her too. But I'm it was both of us. I think maybe a lot of it was me, just because like I was like really cocky, I was really arrogant, um, and
Hard head.
I was stupid. I didn't really know a lot, at that time. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know like where I wanted to go. You know, um, I took everything for granted, um, which I think a lot of us do these days, is just take a lot of things for granted.
Yeah.
And when I lost Raylene, um, that's when I hooked up with Heather,
Mhm.
which turned out to be my kid's mom. I have three girls, and they
Mhm.
are all mine. Had DNA tests, so I know they're all. I mean, like two of them don't look like me, and that's
Right
kind of why
on.
I was
Right on.
like worried
Right
about it.
on.
But like I think they took after my dad's side, because my last name is Hemp Hill, and my dad was 6'2", like 280 pounds, black hair, like I mean, like and like I mean, you could tell, and like everybody on the Hemp Hill side was big. Everybody on the Rubling side was like kind of short, especially my mom, but like mid-size, not really really tall people.
Hmm.
Um, but look young, like my grandpa was like 80, 90 something years old, and he still looks like he's like 70 something. So I mean, that right there is like cool. I mean, to have kind of those genes, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, I'm 5'5", I'm a short dude, like, I mean, I might even be like, to be real, I mean, I might even be 5'4.5", so I
I'm
don't
five
know.
five. I'm 5'5" on a good day on five with platform shoes on, dude.
5'5" with
And
heels.
how do you think I feel?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Well,
actually taller than
I mean,
you.
yeah, it doesn't. That doesn't really bother me, I mean, being. I'm just a person, so it doesn't matter. Everybody's short, everybody's tall, everybody's fat, everybody's skinny. I mean,
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter. I mean, we're all fucking people, and that's just it. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
So
I got a lot of problems. So
so I was gonna ask you, so going back, once you kind of started spinning down that spiral again, how long were you out there for?
okay, that's a good question. Okay, so
Tell me,
19.
I want to hear all about it. Not just, I don't want to hear day. I want to hear about it. The meat and potatoes, like what was going on.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try to do that for you. I'm gonna try to. Okay. Um. So I was 19. I was going through um drug court. Doing awesome. Making, like I never failed a piss test or anything. I got
Mhm.
out of that. And like I said, when my dad passed away, I went back up to northern Florida. Um, and then after that, I started talking to Raylene again, like seriously, like, hey, I want to meet back up. I want to touch base with you. Um, and then so she ended up coming out to Florida. Um, and I had just turned 20. I think this was at like in 99, something like that. And anyways, I decided, you know what? My dad passed away. I'm out of drug court. I have nothing on my shoulders. I want a different life. I want to like change shit. Right. And so we decide to go back to California. And I think we stayed out there for like 6 months. And then I didn't really like it. And she was over it. Sorry, I have the hiccups. And so we were like, well, I don't want to live in Florida and we don't want to live in California. It was kind of like a coin toss. Like we really did a coin toss from here or Denver, Colorado, or not Colorado. It was Colorado, but it was what's another famous town in Colorado? The
Falls, Denver, Colorado Springs, Fort
Colorado.
Collins.
Yeah, it was either there or Salt Lake City, and like it landed on heads, and then we moved to Mormontown.
Yeah.
And it didn't really work out, like, you know, just because of all the immaturity in our relationship coming from both of us. Okay, so to answer your question, then I met Heather a couple months later. Okay. And then I started smoking weed again. I will say that I was started smoking weed a lot. And then once I met Heather, it was probably around 2004 when we started using. So when I met Heather, me and Heather had our first girl, Kayla, in 2003. So Kayla just turned 20 today, or on the 13th of this month. She just turned 20. Okay. So at that time we had a baby. I believe we moved to Vegas. And then that's when shit got fucked up.
Usually does.
There was somebody that I noticed that I know that does drugs, you know, because fucking like we all have that, you know, intuition that, oh yeah, we can like do drugs with this dude, you know, like something like just tells me that it's like, and like, I mean, like, and then like at this time, you know, like, I don't know what was going through my mind. I really don't. It almost seems like with me, it's like every 10 years goes by. Like I can stay clean for like, you know, like half a decade to a decade.
It's like a cycle. So it is. Round and round it goes.
Yeah. And that's something that, you know, that I've learned. And I mean, like, especially now, I mean, we'll get back to that, but like, I really want to touch right now. It's like drugs right now are so bad. They're so bad. I mean, they are the worst. I mean, like, you don't know what the fuck you're getting. Number one, like,
they're dumping fentanyl in weed. You know, people
they are,
weed,
that's what's fucked up too. So I think that the government should really regulate that and then put that in dispensaries all over the world. Because I told Cody that I was like, they're gonna start spraying fucking weed with fentanyl. Now, I myself would be okay and probably love it, but people like my daughters that smoke weed, you know, I mean, like my daughter Carly, she was taking Focalin, you know, since she was like 5 years old. And she hasn't
what is Focalin?
Focalin is like Ritalin or just anything that keeps you kind of like so she was diagnosed not with not ADHD but obsessive defiance disorder, so ODD or whatever. Okay, so she that's what she was diagnosed with. Now, it did help her when she took the drug. I ain't saying that it didn't. It fucking helped her. She got back into her main school because she had to go to a different school. So she got put back in the right school, and she was on track. And but now she doesn't take Focalin. She just smokes marijuana when she
And she doesn't need the focal line.
and she doesn't need the Focalin. A Focalin is amphetamine, a man-made freaking fucked up drug that who knows what else is in there. I mean, we don't know what else.
Came from a bat cave in China, who knows?
Yeah. I mean, shit, they could have been pissing in it for all, it's like, that's what it is. It's made with,
You never know.
yeah. So marijuana helps her. And that's, and that right there, like I was so reluctant and like putting her on that drug in the first place.
Sure.
And like all the doctors were like, no, we really need to just try it out. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I don't know what else to do because like I seriously, like Keith, like I walked in through the principal's office when they called me one day, and I walked in there and like everything in that office except for the computer was flipped upside down. I'm talking about pictures, chairs, and everything. And I walked in there and I almost wanted to laugh. Like I was like, damn, girl, like what the fuck did you just do? But no, I had to walk in there like a dad with a straight face and like, why? And then that's when they put her on that was a day that we took her to the doctor and they said that she needs to be on Focalin. And like I was like, no, she does not, But I mean, she did. She had to be on it. But like I think that there's other alternatives other than like amphetamines for kids, like marijuana pills at the right dose. I mean, that doesn't
at a minimal dose, a lot of that stuff can help with a real low dosage.
A really low dose. Yeah, I mean, like
really help out.
Even mushrooms. I mean, even giving kids, like little kids, giving little fucking kids tiny doses every day of mushrooms, I think is better than giving them some pharmaceutical fucking amphetamine that's fucking made in a fucking lab or a bucket of fucking piss.
Psychedelic playground, dude. Like a psychedelic playground.
I mean, don't you agree? Like, I mean, I think a lot of things that kids are going through these days, are really real to them. To them, it's really, really real. It's like that's their perception. That's what they really, really believe that is going on. And that's how it was when we were kids too. But I mean, today it is so much freaking worse because of internet, because of freaking all the things that
everywhere. We have. It's all around us.
We have all this information coming in. And then like, we don't know how to decipher it. We don't know how to, I mean, it's like, and unless you have like, even if you have a good parent, because I mean, I consider myself a good parent, even though I fucked up 2 times, I mean, like I've always, and then that's where we were going to go to, is like the second cycle. But like,
yeah,
I did fuck up, and my kids know that. You know what? My kids never ever held that against me.
I was going to ask before you go any far, before you get too far away from it, what was your original drug court charges? Like, what brought you into drug court?
Like back in the day.
Yeah. I was curious. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
yeah, it was cocaine and it was marijuana.
Yeah. Just simple possession, no felony.
Yeah, I mean, I had like a little bit more than I should have on me, but not like not a
You
lot,
didn't
but enough.
you didn't get charged with felony?
I think what they were doing is just like trying to like spank me on the fucking ass and like tell me to
Yeah.
get my ass together. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I really do.
Figured.
I think, and I mean, the cops there. I mean, it's a small fucking island. It's an island this big, you know. And they knew my mom,
I know
and
that island. Everybody knows everybody on that island, man. I
yeah,
know that
yeah.
island.
Everybody knows
Everybody.
every. I mean, we're called Bubbas. Like they're
Yeah.
and you know
There's a
and
reason. There's a reason behind that. There's a
yeah.
reason y'all are called that.
So they wanted they wanted to like show me mercy, but they also wanted to like make an example out of me too.
Hmm.
All because that's when drug court, and they're like, you're the best candidate for our new program.
Hmm.
It's like, because it was a
Yep.
new program then. It was
Yep.
brand new. I mean, like, drug court just started. That was like the first drug court ever. And they wanted to put people through that program, and they wanted to
Hmm.
see how they develop through that program. And I excel when I'm in a program. Just
Yeah.
like, so we're gonna get to the the second and the third program here soon,
Yeah.
because like, yeah, it, like, when they say it takes like three, sometimes it takes three for some people.
Yeah. It
But
does.
but but like, I've had extensive leaps in between my programs, and that's
Yeah.
what I don't understand,
Yep.
and that's what I don't get in myself, is that, you know so my first program, like I said, was in Key West in drug court. Okay, it was like a year. It was outpatient. I didn't have to do inpatient, and we want to go into a whole other story. So my counselor was this tall, handsome black man, and he almost looked kind of like an alien, but he was kind of handsome, and he just kind of moved like he just kind of moved. He moved weird, but like, he was charming with his tongue. Like, I almost thought he was a devil, but like,
Wow.
he was my counselor, right? And
Wow.
like, no lie, like, he was my counselor, uh, and then I found out that he's a priest at a Southern Baptist church. So I'm like, oh shit. I was like, well, and okay, so let me like back up. So when I was in jail for that bid that I did, and I got out and then went to there, I met this guy, and he claimed that he was a reverend, and that he was a like he was of God, and he wanted to show me the way. And I'm like, well, all right, let's do it. Like, I didn't like I really believed in his name was Terrence. Um, good Terrence. I can't remember his last name. Oh man. But anyways, it was that time in jail was like weird, really weird, because Terrence would always want to pray. He would always want to like pray. He'd always want to like do this stuff. And I really believe that we summoned something, because a lot of stuff that we prayed for came true.
Yeah.
And like, and I'm sorry for anybody that that is a true God believer. I do believe in God. I just don't believe in God as like, how it's described in the Bible.
It's okay. It's okay.
No. I mean, I know it's okay, but like, then I did. I really believed in it with all my heart, and I went out and I did like all these community service acts with my reverend, which was my counselor when I got out. And like, I really, really, really believed, and like we did things that were, and it was an all I was the only white boy in this church. Let's put it that way. It was an all black church. I was the only white boy in First James Baptist Church in Key West, Florida. You can probably look up a street view and do like
Yeah.
a view. St. James First Baptist Church in Key West, Florida. It's right across the street.
I believe you. I believe
Oh
you.
no, I know, so I'm getting so off track, but it's like
It's
it's like
fine. You're fine.
it's like
It's
little
supposed to happen.
cracks that are like taking me other places and shit.
That's where the good stuff is, though.
Yeah, that's where the good stuff is. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let's back up to where
Yeah.
So I had just gotten out of um first step, or not first step, the first drug court here in Florida. Sorry. And so yeah, I was 6 years sober. So I went through a marriage, and then and then a divorce, and then a girlfriend, and then that's Heather. And then me and Heather had our first child, which is Kayla, and she was born April 13th, 2003. Okay.
April 14th? April 14th?
April 13th.
I'm on the 15th.
Yeah, so she has a birthday on Friday the 13th every now and then.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. We always we can talk about that. We're like, it's good luck. It's like,
Yeah,
fuck, you can think it's bad luck, but I mean, it's like, it's all about what we perceive. What's bad luck and good luck, and I mean, I'm not a superstitious dude. I mean, I don't care about anything like that. I mean, it is what you make it. Good things happen to bad people. Bad things happen to good people. There's a lot of bad things that should happen to bad people and don't. And there's a lot of good things, or there's a lot of bad things that happen to good people that shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the way this world is. It's not I don't believe in karma. I don't believe you do good and you're going to get good, or you do bad and you're going to get bad. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. And the reason why I don't believe in that is because I do believe in being good. I believe in spreading good around everybody. It doesn't matter how I wake up and I'm like, oh shit, it sucks. If I go into a gas station, I want to treat that person with respect, no matter what, but no matter what, if I do that, it doesn't mean that I'm going to get good back. It's just because if that's true, then why are there so many people out there that can hurt children? Sorry, I got to plug my phone in.
Yeah, your went down.
Sorry, yeah, I'm plugging it in right now. Yeah. But if that's true, then how can there be so many people out there hurting children and then nothing happens to them?
And they get kids and everything.
They get away for years.
Yeah. Makes no sense.
And then how does a bus crash of a Christian bus fucking go off a cliff or something like that? Because we hear about
in Ohio,
yeah, I mean, so it's this world is so random. We live in a random world that, I mean, it doesn't matter what you do.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter what you do.
But I do believe that in the next life. And so that's, I think that's where it all comes in. So if you want to be bad in this life, if you want to be you want to go around killing people, well,
be a tough guy.
You're probably going to have a rough next life, and you could either become a killer again or get killed or whatever. I don't know why I believe that. I really feel that in my bones that in the next life, is where we're progressing. Each life we're progressing. I believe that we come back here all the time. We come back here many lives, and we come back and we fight with our demons, and we try to make connections and or disconnection, and I just think that, I mean, like, you can look at other people and sometimes see that, like my daughter. I mean, like, I even had, like, her boss called me the other day, because she's underage, and he talked to me for a little bit. He's like, your daughter is so beyond her years. I'm like, I told her that myself, and she has. I mean, she's like, I feel like my middle daughter has, like, been on this planet for like centuries and like for hundreds of years, you know. um I feel like I have in some way, but I think that she's older than I think she's older than me for some.
Wonder why.
Like, yeah, I mean, just to be real, I think, like, she's a little older. I mean, there's some
She
times
had
that I
she had
feel
to
like,
she had to set up the Zoom camera for you tonight.
well, I mean, like I said, I don't know the internet, man. I don't know how to, like, do
No, I hear
all this internet shit. Like, but I mean,
you. Yeah,
I have a lot of knowledge. I have a lot of things that I can sit and talk about, and like, and that a lot of it is hypothetical. A lot of it is just, like, my thoughts. And then a lot of it is fucking fact, you know?
yeah,
And like, and then when I say, like, hey, this is fact, it's fact. Cause I mean, it's fact.
yeah,
But like, a lot of stuff that I say is just feeling. It's just what I feel inside in my bones and my energy, you know?
yeah. Mhm.
And that's really like all I'm about, you know? But
Oh yeah.
and so, like, yeah, so this time I was like, when I went to the rehab, my first
Uh,
rehab over in drug court, I was 6 years clean. And then I decided, this is when I was with Heather. Like I told you, I met
mhm,
up with Heather. This wasn't Raylene, um, that I fucked up with.
mhm.
And we moved to Vegas, and I just decided, yeah, well, she was doing lines with her sister, and I walked in. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? They're like, take one. I was like, no, I don't know. And it took me like 2 days to finally say, okay.
Yeah,
And
that's how
then
it goes. That's how it goes.
my demon fucking kicked in, and I was like, I can just take one.
Yeah, take one.
And
I'll be fine. I'm fine.
then it was like five and a, 5 6 years. Yeah. Yep. 5 or 6 years into it, back into it.
Man, that's how it goes, dude. That's awful. It's so bad how that shit works, man. It's so bad. I hate hearing that. It's so painful to
Well,
hear that from you.
yeah.
You
Well, I
lose
mean,
your years just like that. It's so painful to hear. I'm so
it,
sorry.
it's just kind of what you learn along the way, because I think you learn more from the struggle than you actually do from the drugs. And I mean, like, the struggle, like what you go through to get off of all that shit, what you go through to make your stuff, to make yourself, you know um like, right minded again,
Mhm.
and to get off those hard drugs is hard. I mean, and like, I don't care, like, you have to have help, you have to have support, you have to have
Yeah,
that freaking cushion, you
it's
have to
a
have
it's
those,
a must.
yeah,
It's a
you
must.
have to have those
A must.
people
You
being,
got to. No other way around it. You have to.
yeah,
You're one in a million if you can do it on your own. Literally. I mean,
yeah,
there's not many people that can do it. I
no,
haven't met many people that can do it on their own. You
Yeah,
gotta.
I have a friend, Kevin, and I don't know how he's doing now because I haven't talked to him in a minute, but
Mhm.
he seemed to do it on his own for a few years. But like, I don't like, I'm really worried about him right now, and I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I don't know where the fuck he's at, and it's not like him not to fucking call me.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
I hear you. Well, you want to stop there for the night?
Huh?
You want to stop there for the night and resume tomorrow?
I don't know. We
'Cause
can keep going if you want.
we've gone for about an hour and 20 minutes. We can keep going a little bit.
Oh,
We
okay,
can.
okay, yeah, no, we were an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah. So you got to remind me where we left off, though. If we've been talking that long, then yeah, we
yeah.
probably like
So yeah. Let's
call me
call it a
on
night.
call me on regular
No,
phone, though.
no.
Okay.
Just stay on. Stay on. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. And yeah, this is the Rough Roads podcast. My name is Keith. This is Daniel. Thanks for coming on. We'll see you tomorrow.